Hi, Sarah Banna, Simply Sarah Made Easy. I have something really neat to show you today. We're going to work on how to make a 3D sublimation mug. So these are a lot of fun and they're really neat looking when they're done, and super easy. So a couple of things. If you're not familiar, if you're brand new to sublimation and you don't know what printer to get or how to convert a printer, I'll link in the video description my video on how to convert, but I'm also going to link our Facebook group, Sublimation for Beginners. Definitely join us there. It's about 175,000 members. Super friendly, super helpful. You'll fit right in. And that'll teach you all of the skills you need to get into sublimation. But let's go ahead and move forward with this. This is incredibly easy, and this will show you how to make one, and then you just have to figure out the getting a printer part of it. So super easy though. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's get rid of this. If this video is of interest to you or helpful, like the video, that helps me out a lot. But also subscribe to my channel. When you're subscribed to my channel, you'll get a notification when the new videos come out. Probably once or twice a week, just lots of ways to use all of your machines, whether it's sublimation, Cricut, Silhouette, all kinds of crafting stuff. So, like I said, subscribe, you'll get notification when the new videos come out. Okay, so let me show you a couple of things. I'm going to link in the video description also. I'll link a bunch of designs just like this. These are all made using AI. Okay, so I have a video on how to make your own AI images. It is pretty easy, but the program's a little bit pricey. So I'll link in the video description also how to make your own AI images if you're interested in doing that. If you just want the image itself, I'll link a bunch of these images, and they're a couple of dollars. You can go buy one and just make your own. So what I have done here, I've already measured my cup, and I know my cup is about 4.2 inches high. This particular design came up a little bit short of that. Well, it came out, so when I made it 4.2, you can see here that it only made it 8.683 wide. And I want it to be a little bit wider than that so that I don't get too much white space next to my handle. And if I stretched it, it would take it out of proportion. And you definitely don't want to do that with a 3D image. So what I have done is I added just little edges here. And I'll link the edges that I used in the video description also if you're interested in doing something like that. But I mean, that's pretty simple. It's just a little add-on layer there. And you can see that I am making this today in Silhouette Studio. You can use whatever program you use to print. It doesn't have to be this, obviously. This is just what I happen to be using today. So I'm going to take these and I'm going to center them. Okay. I think I'm going to, that looks a little bit low and I'm not sure why, and I don't want that weird gap there. So I'm actually going to make that just a tiny bit bigger. Right there. Okay. Yeah, I think that's perfect. I'll replace this one too. So duplicate, right click, flip horizontal, flip it vertically, and right click, send it back. Sorry, it's important to me that that is perfect. Okay, and then take this out just a little bit, and then I will center them again. Okay, so now we're all set. So now I'm going to take all these and I'm going to right click and I'm going to group it. Now it's one image. And now what I'm going to do is I am going to go up to File and go to, I'm sorry. So normally you would flip an image to mirror it so that when you print it, it comes up correctly. In this case, I'll show you, it's not really going to matter if I flip it because of the image. So it doesn't matter, but normally you would flip it. Okay, so now I'm going to go to File. And I'm going to go to, where is print? Print. Okay. And, you know, I take that back, excuse me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this just to, oh, you know what, actually this is already, I apologize, that's already set to, undo that, undo rotate. It's already set to print in this orientation, so that's fine. So we're all set to print. Okay, so I'll click print. Okay. And we'll go 2800. And then we're going to want to click this. We're going to want to click preferences. And then this is where we're going to change it so that we get the best print quality. So I'm going to go into here. I'm going to go to premium presentation paper matte. I'm going to go to high for the quality. Make sure color is clicked. Go to more options. And I'm going to take off bidirectional printing. And that's all set. Okay, so now I'm going to click OK. And I'm going to click print. And now we'll grab the print off the printer, and I will show you how to wrap the mug. Okay, so I have the print out of the printer. So I have used PYD Life print paper. This is what I prefer. I really, really like it. It works really well. You can see how good of a print I got. I use Hippo, I think you pronounced it, sublimation ink. Like I said, join us on Sublimation for Beginners, and you can see everything that I normally use. But this is PYD Life, and the press we're going to be using is also PYD Life. So this is the mug we're using. It's a 15-ounce mug. So the first thing I want to do, I actually want to take a microfiber cloth and just wipe it off. Make sure there's no oil, no residue on it. Some people use an alcohol pad, and that's fine also. This is what I use. Make sure there's no debris on there. Okay, so the first thing you want to do with this is cut the edges off. So we're going to do top and bottom first. Okay, try to get it as close to the edge without going over. It's also obviously very important that it is straight. So you want to hold it tight against the bottom. Take it from either the top or the bottom. Okay. Pretty straight cut. And now you want to get, obviously the edge of this is serrated, so you're not going to get right to the edge. But you want to get pretty close to the edge because you want to be able to kind of gauge when you're taping it on there. So, oops, that did not get a full cut. I'm going to tear it because I don't want to try cutting it again. There we go. And do the same thing on this edge. Pretty close. Put it down a little bit harder this time. There we go. Okay, so now we are all set to tape this on, okay? If you are not using a tape dispenser, I wasted way too many years of my life not having one of these. Get one. I will link this one in the video description. It makes such a huge difference. It's unbelievable. Let me just see. Sorry about that. I wasn't sure if, I thought that I wasn't recording, so I like accidentally pushed the button and I was recording and I stopped it. So anyways, so yeah, so this makes all the difference in the world. So easy to use. Let me just show you. So you go like that and it cuts your pieces automatically for you. It's just really, really convenient. So I'll link the one that I use in the video description. Super nice. So, and they're inexpensive, $15 or something. So I've already cut a couple of pieces. What I do to start mine is you also don't want to touch your print any more than you have to, because you don't want to get grease from your fingers or oil from your fingers in there either. So I start like this. I put one on that side, and I put one on the other side, just like that, okay? And that's just so that I can get my centering correct. And so I have a little bit of white on the bottom and a little bit of white on the top. So I want to try to get it on there without getting any of the white on either edge, on the top or the bottom. If you have to get white on one of them, though, it's preferable to have it on the bottom than the top. Let's see if that... Yeah, see, if I had wanted to, I could have even made that edge a little bit longer, because you want to have minimal white right here. But let me just see. It looks like it's a little bit longer on this side, so I'm gonna peel that back. This tape also, so a lot of people who are in sublimation make the mistake of getting gold tape, gold or yellow tape when they start. You do not want gold or yellow tape. They're not all bad, but enough of them are that it makes sense to go with the blue. The PYD Life Blue is the one I use. I do also, let me just stretch this out just a little bit more. I want to make sure I have that. Yeah, that's perfect. I will also link that in the video description. So this does not leave, the gold tape can leave stains on your substrate. Not all of it does, like I said, but enough of it that it's not worth it to do it. Go ahead and get this, and you'll never have to worry about any staining on your substrates. Okay, so we shouldn't end up with too much white on the top, maybe just a tiny little bit, but I think that's about the best we're gonna get. So this is perfect, okay? So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go downstairs to the press, and we're gonna get this pressed. We're gonna press it at 375, sometimes 380. I'm gonna go 375 on this for about 205 seconds. So let's go down to the press now. Okay, so here we are at the press. You can see this is a really nice press. It's got a nice screen on it. This is the PYD Life press. It is set to 375 for 205 seconds. I have adjusted the back. There's like a turn knob on the back that you adjust for the, to make sure that it's the right tension. Let me just show you what that tension should be. So, go like that, and you can feel it. You might not be able to see, I don't know if you can or not. This is just copy paper. You put that on there to protect your press and make sure that any blowout that comes off of your print doesn't end up on your press plates or on your heater in this case. So go ahead and start that. So what blowout is the process of sublimation. When you heat the sublimation ink to a certain temperature, what happens is it turns into a vapor, and then it adheres to your substrate because what it adheres to is polyester fibers. So that's why when you're sublimating, it has to be on, they say 85% or greater polyester is what you're looking for like shirts. And then anything like this is actually polyester coated. So what happens is when that vapor transfers over to the polyester fibers, or your substrate coated in polyester, some of it remains in that vapor form and doesn't transfer, and it escapes the edges. So when you put that paper on there, that catches that blowout. So I'm not going to make you sit here for 141 more seconds. I'm going to turn this off, and then I will restart it When it's done, we'll pull it out, we'll get the transfer up, and we'll take a look at what it looks like. Okay, so this is still pretty hot. So there's a couple of different thoughts on how to handle your cups when you take them, cups and tumblers when you take them out. So some people will peel them very hot, like immediately as soon as they come out. I don't do that. I take mine and I let it sit for just a couple of minutes, long enough for it to cool down so I'm not going to burn myself, you know. Some people will dunk their hot mug or tumbler, whatever, into cold water. I've heard that it can crack, you know, it can leave little tiny hair cracks. I don't do that. So what I do is, like I said, I take it out, still pretty darn hot, but sometimes I let it cool all the way down. But when you take it off, and this is the really, really important part, when you take this off of here, you need to not hesitate. You can't take it off and then put it back. If you do that, you're going to get ghosting. So what ghosting is your image, this is still so hot that image can still transfer. So, and there's still going to be ink on this paper. So when you take it off, it needs to be a smooth peel. Take it off and pull it off, okay? So let's go ahead and get this tape moving. Kind of get it peeled all the way up. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's exactly what we didn't want to have, but that's okay. That's okay. We got it. Ooh, look at that. That's beautiful. That is so pretty. Edges are good. That's so pretty. And that's it. That's all there is to it. That's how you make a 3D cup. How cool is that? Ah, that's so pretty. Really, really happy with it. I could have, if I had wanted, well, if I had taken a couple extra seconds, I probably should have taped down. See just a tiny, tiny bit of where it didn't transfer right there and right there. What you can do is you can tape down your bottom edge. It's just a little bit though, it's not a big deal, this is just for me. But you can tape down that bottom edge and that'll make it so that you won't get any of that white line. That's not that though, that's just the white line from the cup. How pretty is that though? That's it, that's all there is to it. These are super simple to make and super, super pretty. I will link everything in the video description. I'll link a bunch of designs like this, these 3D type designs. I will link the group. Make sure you join us. We'd love to have you. You'll fit right in. Sublimation for Beginners. And I will link the PYD Life Press and the tape and everything else I used. And that's it. Like I said, if you can like the video, that helps me out a lot. If it's something that was interesting to you or helpful, but also subscribe to my channel. That way you won't miss any of the notifications. I hope you have a great day. Bye.